Welcome to this edition of Ask Dr. Reg. Let's dive in and find out what today's question is. A question from Maria. And Maria wants to know, how does a patient get to a proper dosage? How do you know what that is? Well, I didn't know when I first became a patient. Most people don't. It took me several years of research, meeting with scientists, doctors, dispensary owners, to figure out that no one really knew. And I honed in on putting together cannabis therapy plans around animal study guidelines. And that was way back in 2013, 10 years ago. I first published that in a book called the ECS Therapy Companion Guide, which is now the Survivor's Guide to Medical Cannabis. It's in its second edition, about to be in its third edition. I'm just incredibly blessed. Tens of thousands of people have purchased the book to help themselves or to help others. And it's to get this right dosing. And I've been preaching it through that in the condition programs and every time I go out and do public speaking. But there is a place that you can go to. You can slowly and deliberately titrate yourself to 1 milligram of broad-based cannabinoids per kilo of your weight. So we're in America. What's a kilo? Well, it's 2.2 pounds. So if you divide the number of pounds you weigh by 2.2, you're going to get an answer. So if you divide 220 by 2.2, the answer is 100. That person would need to ingest 100 milligrams of cannabinoids a day to be at what we would consider, what science actually would consider and is testing to, a minimum therapeutic dose. Now, you cannot do that 100% THC. Well, you can, and I have, but it's much better to do it in broad-based cannabinoids. Only 5 to 30% of that 100 milligrams I just spoke of for a 220-pound person, that would be THC. Everything else would be CBD, CBC, and CBG. Well, how do you get those? You look for hemp oil products. They're in a separate market than medical marijuana products. Why? It's the same plant. We still have Schedule 1, and it's a mess out there. But get a broad-based hemp oil. Get a low dose, maybe 1:1 CBD to THC tincture, and add it together. Make your own until you find out what ratios of that really work and help you control your pain and whatever other symptoms that you're dealing with. But the right dose is true for everyone. You'll hear me repeat that over and over through these videos. And again, that's why I wrote the Survivor's Guide to Medical Cannabis. And that's the dosing target that the condition certification program has been built on. And it works. Tens and tens of thousands of people. And people they've told. I've never had anyone tell me that if they take that approach, it did not help them. But it's a slow, deliberate, broad-based cannabinoid approach. So, good luck.